What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. RGT episode 56. How's everybody doing today? It's been a while.
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
Yeah, been a while. Diver, what up, fam? What's up, Savage? What's going on, everybody in the chat, family? How y'all doing, man? Long time no see. I know, long time no see. But hey, you're now it is. Shit comes up, life, everything in the nature. You gotta get back on the grind. But it's good to be back here on YouTube with you guys, and let's have a good show. What's up, all day? What's up, Trey? Roman.
And, shout out to Robert Osborne, first time viewer. Welcome to the channel.
What's going on, Osborne? Hey, welcome. So I guess I'm just going to go into some other stuff. What's up, Craig?
Oh, check. Yeah, I had my unplug. Sorry.
You trying out that new mic? I see. You in, Carlos. Y'all both trying out new mics. I see y'all.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, viewers? Fucking me. Hey, Diver, you want in here? Let me know. I seen your link for sure. So 2 people won't be able to make it today. It's just gonna be us 3 for the majority of the show. Shout out to him though. Foxy can't make it because his daughter's birthday is today, and Titanfall won't be able to make it as well. So it's pretty much just the originals, you know what I'm saying? Just the old school originals here. So hopefully you guys enjoy today's show, and let's just go ahead and get into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, Days Gone comes out in a few more days. Let's go ahead and get these Metacritic predictions out here. What y'all thinking? 90, 80, 70, what y'all thinking?
I'll say 90.
90. Okay. What you thinking, Craig?
I think 84, maybe 83, 84, something like that. So that's which is real good. I mean, so
he said 84. I'm shocked. He said 84. I was expecting 85 from you, Craig.
Oh yeah, 84, 85, something like that. I mean, it won't stay there, but I mean, as far as opening and stuff like that, it may open 84, 85. So
isn't there another game coming out? World War Z, something like that, computing or something like that. So, considering the fact that the game is not really doing like crazy a lot different, it is a good looking game. It's probably gonna get like an 88, probably. That's probably where it's gonna be peaking at, like around 88, close to 90 for the game. So there's that. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, ladies and gentlemen, has sold over 2 million copies worldwide within just 10 days of being on the market. So I guess the game is not too hard if people are still buying it.
Come on, man. Like Sekiro's not that crazy, man. You just got to play the game in order to understand it. It is not that difficult to play Sekiro.
I agree. Well, I haven't played it. I don't find the game being. It doesn't look hard when I see people streaming it, but it could be. Like I said, people can say I didn't like Bloodborne, so because all I did was hit the triangle. But
you didn't like Bloodborne?
Well, I hit the triangle. And I kept hearing about these people, something called a Father G. I'm like, man, this game is. Why is it called Bloodborne? This is dumb. All you're doing is walking around and hitting a button. What's the story? What am I doing here? So, but no, I'm not dissing the game. I just didn't care for it. So, shout out to the people that now somebody wants to pay me to stream it and beat it, I'll do it. But yeah, I heard Sekiro by a lot of people is not as hard as what it's being made out to be.
I mean, it just takes a little bit of muscle memory in terms of the bosses. Like you really have to. You cannot go in there thinking that you're gonna just mash buttons and then get the situation out the way. No, it doesn't work like that. You literally have to parry, you have to dodge, and you have to use a little bit of stealth because there are some people that just don't play it to par. They just rush into the bosses and then they get smoked out. But if you take your time to angle yourself, take care of the smaller enemies before you get to the bosses, you can actually do a one hit counter to bring down the boss's health, and then you'll make it much more easier for you to to beat the boss. It's not hard, man. It's just it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of patience.
Yeah, and shout out to Robert. Yeah, that's a good point, Robert. But one thing I gotta say about my homie Smooth, you gotta give Smooth props. The dude created probably one of the most iconic streams of all time for a long time. He's gonna be remembered for that stream for a long time.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
he's gonna be remembered for quite some time. Shout out to Kid Smooth. Going into Sekiro again, I'm going into Sekiro kind of like the way I went with Neo. It's pretty much the same feels I got with Neo. Obviously, you can parry and all that. You can do that in Neo. However, Neo did kind of step it up in the later rounds. Obviously, as you progress, you know, you're going to be going against the same bosses more than just once. You're going to be having these things called like double battles where they're going to be like 2 against 1. So, again, it's all muscle memory, exactly like you just said. So
it really is, bro. Like, you really have to literally emphasize on just making sure that you analyze all the enemies, make sure that you analyze all the situations before you even go, make sure that you have all your health items available. And also there's like these little sugar candies that actually buff out certain attributes to the character so that it could also help you with a certain, you know, certain angles within the game itself. So I mean, it's pretty much the same format as Bloodborne and Neo in terms of, you know, how you use your weapons and your items as well. You have to use them sparingly. You can't just go in, you know, once you get hit, you're on a low level, you know, health bar, and okay, you can't get in the last hit on the boss. Now you're gonna have to literally make sure that boss doesn't hit you, and you hit them as much as you can, and hey, it becomes easier.
No, it's just like any other game. You get a boss fight.
Shout out to Sarah's the Gray. He said, Ron, you seen this? Yes, I did. I actually did hear about that. That kind of basically goes what all of us have been predicting for the longest, bro. We've been saying 2020, 2019 is the reveal. So it's possible. It's definitely possible that that guy could be on point what he's saying, and the console would be 2020. So, you know, I'm not really going to speculate on it because I've done so much of it. I've talked about so many specifications, so many leaks. I tell you, I'm tired of talking about leaks and specifications. I know, man.
It gets to the point where it's like,
it's a little annoying because, you know, you got some that are not really consistent, and you have others that just change the whole format. Then you got dudes talking about supercomputers on a chip. It's like, bro, stop.
Yeah, well, the guy that did this leak, it was Red Tech. And shout out to him. He's fairly accurate with sourcing his information. So there's probably a little something to it. There's a little truth in there. I mean, it was amazing. It didn't have the bandwidth in there, though, which I'll just simply say that people got to really slow down. I agree with the speculation thing that the Anaconda is going to be more powerful. That, again, that's not what I was told. But I mean, again, it doesn't mean it won't be. It's just the person like people need to slow that down, because right now, based on what I told, that's not true.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think we're just focusing a little too much on specifications right now.
I agree.
I agree, though. It is a cool topic. It's a nice topic to talk about because, you know, we're excited. We want to see the new hardware. We want to see the new possibilities. But really, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the games. We're not even going to be talking about power as soon as the consoles are out and we see those first tech demos that act, you know, the first games. We're going to be talking about the games. We're not going to be talking about these specifications.
I agree. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, but I love it. Everybody's like, take it with a grain of salt. I'm like, then why are you even talking about it? I mean, I would just, you know, but I agree. I just think there's people that are starved for information on it, and I'd rather talk about a Days Gone or Control or Concrete G. I mean, I'd rather talk about stuff like that than PS5. I mean, there's still PS4 games I haven't beaten yet.
I mean, we still got a couple of more releases to go for this whole year that are being pretty much overshadowed by by specs and details. Like, I mean, end of the day, man, look at Days Gone is going to be one stellar title that's going to come out and, you know, knock it out the park. You have Ori, Will of the Wisp, that's almost on release, and you have a couple of slew more games that are actually. Even Gears 5, like, I think people should just concentrate on what's going to be handed out as content for this ending generation as opposed to just focusing on just only the specs. Once we see more or less from Microsoft June 12th, which is the day of reckoning. My God, I can't wait to E3 13 so I could just make so many GIFs on Twitter. If this turns out to be another Inside Xbox E3 style, bro, I'm going to be crapping all over you Xbox on Twitter. Trust and believe.
I mean, we can definitely get a few things out the way. We know for a fact a good chunk of this show is going to be directed to xCloud. We know that because Google right now controls the narrative and Microsoft wants that narrative. So we know.
I was going to say, how do we know that? I do know, and let me bring this up. I thought it was hilarious that people were saying that Microsoft isn't worried about Stadia, only for Microsoft to announce they ain't got a whole lot of games over there. Like, nigga, you ain't got no games either, so shut up. You know, I understand they fear Google, and they should, because they know Google's got the infrastructure to make this work, and it's going to work. So people, they need to get ready for that. All this lag and all this stuff. Look, those games are going to be running at 60 frames a second clean. Okay, I talked to 3 people that have said that. So they better get ready. And there's a reason why Microsoft put that out. Okay, and I always say to people, at least on my podcast, don't worry about what people say initially. Look at the reaction down the road. Microsoft's scared to death of that thing, and they should be. They should be. You know, like Yoda said, "You will be. You will be."
But then, correct, my bad. But then Microsoft emphasized the whole streaming cloud power-esque, advertisement that the future will be streamed by not by consoles but by the almighty network.
We're going to be on networks, yeah. And speaking of networks and streaming, it looks like, guys, net neutrality might be restored.
Oh,
but
God.
Unfortunately, our president wants to veto it, so it might still be up here. So, but the House actually passed it as it's good. So we'll find out. We'll definitely find out with net neutrality. It's just definitely getting crazy. What was I about to go with this? Let's get into this massive talk right here. Now, you guys already know this has been an ongoing discussion. It didn't matter how many podcasts we were on or we talked about. There's always an argument for people, and they're basically saying that they're not buying any PlayStation products because of this. So the infamous name change is finally here. Finally here. The name change is here. You can now officially change your name. Shout out to the Iron Lords podcast, Lord Cognito. He done went crazy with it. He's like, yes, I'm officially Lord Cognito on PSN. So that was pretty funny. But again, it's finally here. My thing is this. I actually made a tweet about this on Twitter. I was like, okay, it's finally here. Can we move on now? Because it's really not really that big of a deal to me. Can we move on? But what y'all think about this? Everybody in the chat, what y'all think about this name change? Are y'all even going to take advantage of it? The first time is free. If y'all want to do it a second, third, or whatever else time, you're going to be charged like what, $5, $10, depending on you have PS Plus or not. So what y'all think about it? Go ahead, Craig.
It's something, again, I'm not going to use it. If you use the name that they give you, you're fine. I mean, but you got people running around talking about, well, I called myself Russell the Love Muscle and I couldn't change it for the last 15 years. And now, I mean, you should have never done that. Just moist. I mean, people are just, they're getting, this feels like that you're at the end of the generation, because the stuff that Sony is now doing is stuff that it had to be on the C line. It had to be like on the C. I mean, changing your name, just go in there and be like, oh, I'm just gonna, whatever. But I don't know. It was just something stupid that I guess people in the fake console were, well, at least I can change my name on the Xbox. That's a big deal. Change it to what? No games? Change it to that? It's just I've never understood why it's been such a big deal. And if there's something major going on, like if there's something legal and you got to change your name, Sony lets you change your name. You do have to fax them the legal stuff. And at that point they'll say, oh, okay, we'll let you change your name.
I do think it's pretty cool though. They do archive your original name, which is pretty cool. So if you were Craig Harris, right, you changed your name from Craig Harris on PSN to the Messiah, it would actually archive Craig Harris because you used it, and you could switch back to it anytime. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I just never understood. It's like when I just don't know. The funniest thing I've done is when I played Forza 4 and you name your plate. I named my plate GT Sport. And then I decided to go around and beat everybody's records. I'm like, well, I'm naming all these tracks Gran Turismo, so but I've never seen anything like it before. I mean, people arguing over I can change my name like they're 5 years old. So
yeah, it always kind of it didn't really rub me the wrong way. It was just kind of confusing, It's like, what's the point? Like, it's like y'all talking about something that can easily be fixed. I mean, sure, it might not be an option now, but it can be an option in the future. Just wait. I mean, that's all it is. You still got games at the end of the day. You mean tell me you can't play a game because your name is not a certain way?
That ain't gonna stop me.
Yeah, it's options. It's options and services is what's important to one group of people, for their console. Like I said, I've never seen anything like it before. I mean, buy a game console just for options to do other stuff. I mean, what are we doing here? You go to the gas station to put gas in your car, not not abandon your vehicle. So it's just
I mean, you have options when you go to the gas station. You put either regular or premium. So which one you can choose?
Yeah,
I mean, for the most part, from my perspective, I really don't mind it because I've always used a simplified name.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I couldn't use the original one, which is going to be Type R87, but somebody already had taken that acronym, so I had to do the TYPE, the TYP, and then the R. I'm gonna keep the same screen name on all platforms. It doesn't matter whether I'm on Origins, Steam, Xbox, PlayStation. It's gonna stay the same. For those who who had the quote unquote kiddie names like Piss Butt Kisser 07. Well, for those people, I find it a little bit more convenient for them at the time because now they're a little bit much more older, they're a little bit much more mature, and they don't want to be ridiculed when talking to people online. So in a way, it makes it it makes it more feasible for that person, but I don't see the big hoo-ha for the whole situation.
Definitely. What was I about to say? This is for I guess I'm gonna change the subject to this one. Since Diver's in here, I'm gonna ask Diver this do in the chat. So Game Pass. I know a lot of people talk about Game Pass getting value. Game Pass is getting a few games, but they're losing 10. So my thing is, if they're getting value, why are they losing value at the same time?
That could be the very, very magical answer, my friend.
And another thing that's interesting about it, I've been noticing this little trend with Game Pass. You notice there's like a limit with the service. It's always under 200 games.
Yeah.
It's never over 200 games. So it kind of makes you wonder, is there going to be a premium version, like a more premium version in the future where there's going to be more than 200 games on the service?
Well, I'll say, I mean, again, it depends on what games they're getting rid of, I guess, but that's part of it. I mean, it's a $1 for 3 months. Did I read that right? Or $1 a month?
Yeah, and that's another thing too. This is like going to Dollar General. They're literally saying $1 gets you $3 for Game Pass. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for quality. I'm all for a deal, but you got to look at, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you got your higher selling games, like, Halo and all that being on their day one. It's just like, what exactly are we doing here? And this kind of really goes to the rumors that they're going to be merging Xbox Live and Game Pass together.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. That's another thing that's going on. It's like, what's really happening right now? But I don't know what to say on that. What y'all think? I'm gonna let y'all have the floor.
All right, go ahead, Carlos.
Go ahead, y'all have the floor.
Let me put it this way, right? When you cannot put out quality rated content, what do you have to do? You have to replenish it with better content. So at the end of the day, I see this as them replenishing content that they have in the back burner and just using it to put more better value towards it. I mean, yes, it's very limited, 200 games per subscription, and it is kind of, very, very, like, I don't know, limited in terms of variety, but at the same time, they're going to try to find ways to make those 200 plus games, or whichever it is, to be of top rated titles that they have in their backlog.
Yep.
That's the only thing that I see. But the only thing, the negative that I see in it is that it creates a disparity of variation within the games. Like, you might want to play or keep some of the games.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, if I uninstall Midnight Club, right? Let's say I get the Midnight Club and it's on Game Pass. I download it for free. I don't have to repurchase it or nothing. But now that the game has been removed from there, right? If a person that wants to play the game can no longer access it, I think that really sucks, because then at the end of the day, the person is going to feel that they're paying for something that's very unnecessary if you're not going to keep the content that you want to use.
Yeah, well, I would assume they would expect you to want to buy it. At that point, if you're loving Midnight Club, that you would, go to the store and be like, oh yeah, because I guess, does it save your content? I mean, or does it not even save your content? I mean, I can't remember. So,
no, and just last night it was funny because I actually went back on my venerable old piece of hunk of junk Xbox One. I fired it up, and believe it or not, I actually got to play Forza Horizon 2 once again, and I was like, wait, wasn't this on the the back burner? Wasn't I going to be able to use this? But apparently, I think the demand and the request to keep the game alive, they actually let you play the game at least, even if it's offline. You don't have the online features completely, but you get a little bit of play for the game.
Wow. Yeah, because again, I'm not for sure if it saves. I'm not saying that it doesn't. I'm saying that I'm not for sure if it does or doesn't. So, but at the end of the day, I don't have an issue with what Game Pass is doing. I mean, before they bring that thing to PlayStation, they need to get all the kinks out before it comes over to to the Big Daddy station. So, and what, like Ryan said, if they go ahead and they merge live with Game Pass, it does make sense that because they're all about numbers now. Once it does go to PlayStation, it's like, well, yeah, if you want this, you're going to have to have live too, or if you want live and this come together, then Microsoft walks out there and says, we got umpteen million users, so because that's what they're about at this point. So people got to accept it and move on. If they were about quality software, they can't be about the software anymore because people did not buy their software for whatever reason. I mean, everybody's got their own reasons, and one man's junk, another man's treasure. But when you got the games flopping the way these games flopped on their consoles, it sucks. So this is what they're doing now, and I'm cool with it. Go Microsoft.
Yay. I mean, for the most part, if you really want to take into consideration, if you're going to put value, at least put quality. And quite frankly, that quality is going to diminish in the long term. Because all we hear about Game Pass is more or less the engagement numbers. We don't hear more about the satisfactory rate from the actual consumers, And that's something that's very beneficial for the program to keep itself going or staying afloat, in my opinion.
Yeah,
good point. Fado, what's going on, brother? Good to see you.
What's up, homie, guys? What's up, guys?
What's that?
How you guys doing?
What's up, Fatal?
Man, long time. How you doing?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad.
I know you missed a good chunk of times, but I'll definitely recap a few for you. Get you up to
All right.
speed. Sekiro sold 2 million in 10 days.
Oh man, that's so good to hear that. I'm glad that game sold as well as it did.
Huh? If people
Oh,
bought it.
Dude, that game is freaking amazing, dude, man. I'm actually on the verge of starting my 4th playthrough, as a matter of fact.
Are you? So you're doing all the
Yeah.
endings, pretty much.
Yeah, well, I'm getting the plat, but I'm taking the long way around instead of like a lot of
you could have made a
the short
backup
way.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that. Nah, there's no fun in that, man. There's no fun in that.
That's I'm the same way. If the Souls game has the the story that I really like, I'll definitely play through it again. Sometimes I'll just fucking do the easy route because like fuck it, it ain't worth it.
Right? No, yeah. Hey, I don't blame anybody for actually taking the short way around for a game like Sekiro. Me personally, I love the challenge. I adore the challenge. So
it gets progressively easier anyway with your second playthrough. It's kind of like Bloodborne. It gets easier and easier as you play through. So
Sekiro, it still gets pretty tough. Even when you do New Game Plus. So. But nonetheless, I'm happy to see that game sell well.
Yeah.
The infamous name changes are here. Are you now going to accept your PlayStation?
Oh God. I might do it. I don't know. I was actually attempting to do it yesterday, but all the names that I wanted or different variations of Fatal Mephisto were taken, so I said screw it. But I don't know. I might check it down the road. I mean, they allow you to do your first one for free.
Yeah,
so that's nice enough to do that. Yeah. The only thing I was a little bit worried about though is all like the warnings that they smother you with right from the get-go about losing your save files or certain games, and although that doesn't seem to be the problem at all.
Kind of like YouTube, YouTube takes a while for like when you change your name, it does that processing thing where like stuff becomes inaccessible for a little bit because it has to transfer.
True. Yeah.
It's probably something like that, but it's a lot more data with them because you have games and all this junk on your system. So that's probably the trick behind it.
But it's still nice to see like they actually put that out there to let people know just in case something does happen. So it's not like they're not telling you. So if they do a name change and something does miraculously happen, then Sony really can't be to blame on that one because they already let you know ahead of time. So
very true. Very, very, very true. Let's see here. Let's move on to another topic. Right. Guerrilla Games is making a multiplayer game. That's one of their new IPs. It's going to be a multiplayer game. Immediately, Twitter blew up. My timeline was crazy. Everybody said Killzone. Thoughts? Yeah. What y'all think? Is it Killzone? Do y'all think it's something completely new? Like on the scale of Horizon Zero Dawn with multiplayer?
I think it'll probably be Killzone, just with multiplayer only. Like H1Z1 is just only multiplayer. Just kind of run in there and run and shoot, and that way Sony has their own version of multiplayer games. There will be nothing different about this one than any other one. You'll run around and shoot each other, and you'll have your headset on, and you can call in your B2 and get one-man army on Killzone. So, but shout out to the people that are going to do it, and hopefully it's a good game. But more than likely, it'll be a Killzone game.
Yep, definitely. Shout out to the platform podcast. You guys should definitely check them out. Funny dudes, funny individuals. Fatal, what you think about
it? The rumor, or not a rumor, but the actual
multiplayer IP. Yeah, the multiplayer.
I'm hoping that it's not Killzone, but that's just me because I'm not a fan of that franchise. But if it is, then if the fans want it, by all means, I can't complain about that. I would like it to actually be something new, maybe something a little bit refreshing. But it also just shows too, as well as Sean Layden actually wasn't lying about that when he said that in the interview a while back. Talking about how they want to put more of a focus on multiplayer this time around for going into next gen. So we'll see how that goes.
For sure. Again, they probably more than likely it is Killzone because they'll probably repeat what they did with the PS4. They'll have Killzone as the tech demo again. So maybe that's what they're gonna do.
Valid point.
Yeah, it might be that if they are gonna make a new IP, again, I just hope it's something. You know what I'm saying? I really do hope it's something creative. Yeah, at least in a way. as you guys already know, Dreams Dreams is still like relevant to this day, which is crazy. Somebody made Super Mario Maker in Dreams, guys. And that
Wait,
is
wasn't that Little Big Planet 3 that somebody made Mario Maker?
Was it Mario Maker? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Little Big Planet 3. Yeah, it was Little Big Planet 3 where they made Mario Maker. And the fact that they can make that in a different game outside of Dreams, oh man, Dreams is gonna be huge.
It might be a sleeper hit, like low key. It might not go crazy well at the start, but I think it will pick up some steam and be something pretty interesting. I remember when we first saw it, when he was using the PlayStation Move controller, we were all like, there's no way that's going to be that great. And then now it's actually doing very, very well. Another thing that's doing pretty good, and a lot of people are definitely talking about it positive-wise, is the new Iron Man VR game. Apparently, the new Iron Man VR game is not an on-rails game. It's actually, you have full movement. So I wonder how they're going to do that.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that goes. A lot of people. I just said to somebody, it does confirm that Marvel and Sony is using their deal with Spider-Man that they have with Disney Marvel to backdoor into different IP. So we'll have to wait and see how it turns out, though. But it does prove that there was a theory on I don't know, it's Comic Book Cast or something like that, or Comic Book Review, that some guy was saying that Sony is using their Spider-Man deal to get Marvel to back other IP. So we'll have to wait and see, though.
Yeah, I mean, we already know if it was Black Panther, you'd be all over it, correct? So let's not.
But I'd still be like, gotta wait and see. Yeah, I mean, I would be more excited for that. But
I can already see this man live streaming with the VR saying, "I never freeze." I can already see him doing it. Trust me.
Yeah, that would be cool to say that. This, I would have to do it on that reported other headset that's allegedly coming. But yeah, but no, overall, it confirmed to me that Sony backdooring with Marvel. So, but we'll have to wait and see what it turns out to be, because it could still be garbage. Because it did say, I don't know if you remember that demo, it said this is not actual gameplay, or it was something like that.
Version. Yeah, I know. Obviously, that wasn't gameplay. That was more. I don't know. They might have that in the game as cutscenes. You never know. It might be cutscenes.
Yeah, and again, we'll just have to wait. Let's just have to wait and see. I'm not sold on it, but
hey, y'all laughing at me in the chat. Wait if they ever announce like a Black Panther game and this man gets, you gonna be seeing him saying, "I never freeze." I
probably would say that.
You go hear him saying,
if this Marvel deal thing is like still Sony centric wise, I would love to see an X-Men game be made. Fuck everything else. Give me an X-Men game.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Okay, so this one right here, I legit, I didn't think people would come at my neck the way they were, because I wasn't even being negative towards this, but I give my honest thoughts on this. Halo supposedly is going to have a budget of $500 million. That will basically put it on par with GTA 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow,
that's a lot.
Great.
Do y'all even believe this? And if y'all do believe this, what y'all think is really going to be happening here? Is it really going to be going into the core game? Or are they really going to be like hiring X amount of, talent, testers, all that like GTA had for their game? Or are they going to focus that on marketing?
Oh, this is it. I love it. Built ground up for PC. I can't wait to see.
Shit.
You think that might be all for PC? Like,
no, built ground up for PC. But no, that's.
That is true. They did say they're building the next one with PC in mind. So
yeah, and I'm loving it. And that's great. I like Halo. I don't love it. I love the lore more than I like the game. But I'm a science fiction guy, so I always give sci-fi games a little more leg room. But I'm excited. It could be $1 gazillion as long as it's a good game. I mean, I enjoyed the last one. I know a lot of people hated it. I liked Halo Reach, even though the people in the Xbox community, they always attack that game because of the multiplayer aspect. Is it what they claimed it wasn't that good? And I'm like, well, you supposed
still has a better story though, Craig, than 5 did.
Oh, yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah,
Reach is my favorite one, but I like playing as Luke
They
Cage.
misled the hell out of us with Lock, didn't they? We all thought it was going to be I'm like, this is going to be lit. We get it. These fools fight each other. They even fight each other. They punch each guys. They punch each other like 3 times. Like, okay, next scene.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Right.
Like,
yeah,
wow,
they built up a lot of hype for that because they thought that was going to be like the end of Chief and whatever.
Yeah, kind of like how they did with Batman. Yeah. Remember how they did Batman Arkham Knight, where like Arkham Knight had the gun to his head and his foot on his chest, like getting ready to kill him. We all thought, okay, this is gonna be lit. He might kill him. No, that only happens once, and he does shoot him, but he doesn't shoot him in the face. He shoots him in the rib, which was the dumbest thing ever. I didn't understand that scene at all. So there's that. So I guess this will be good. Right, this would be good pretty much for Xbox if this is true, and they are going to dedicate that much money towards the actual game. Hopefully, it does do well. And one thing I do hope though, they are going to put if they are going to put this amount of time and effort into this game, please focus on the game and don't try to implement no stupid microtransactions to try and just don't do that. Please don't. I don't want this game.
They're still going to do that, right?
Even though they're going to do it, I know they're going to do it, but please don't have half the game behind a fucking page. I don't.
I mean, five didn't do that. 5 only had that one. Was that Warzone mode or whatever the heck that mode was called?
Yeah, sure. Just don't do that. I don't want to see that shit. Like I know. Well, which one was that introduced the requisition system and they had that ridiculous anime that was playing? You know what I'm talking about? That little kitty anime they was trying to get kids in the microtransactions.
Oh, I didn't know they did that.
Was it Halo? Was it? It was one that it was. I think it was. Which one was it? Was it Reach? Was it? It was the one with Lock. Probably the one with Lock. The online for it.
Oh, 5.
Oh, that was 5. Yeah.
Yeah, that was 5. Yeah.
I just hope it does good numbers. They Halo 5 did not. It underperformed. It didn't flop. It underperformed. So sales wise. So I certainly hope it can recapture the actual looking up and seeing the Halo. You know, that I always loved that about that game. You would look to the left and it was bluish black, and the right bluish black. But when you look straight ahead and up, you can see the ring, and you can see you can see lakes and stuff like that you were going to be coming up upon. I thought that was a great idea. Just get
this one will be the same way too as well, Craig.
Yeah,
this one will be the same for sure.
Yeah, which is great. Yeah, which is great. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like sales for Halo they haven't been on, like, we can agree they haven't been on the sale, on the same level as the 360 was. Yeah, the 360.
Yeah, Halo 3,
all-time prime with the Halo's franchise and the sales.
Oh, yeah.
So, again, $500 million. They're gonna get that money back somehow. They're gonna get it back somehow.
I hope that budget is actually legit. I mean, I would love to see Microsoft actually take time allow 343 to take time and commit to making like a comeback game that, you know, a lot of people don't have faith in 343 since 4 came out. Yeah.
Right. You
want to
never
be as good as Bungie.
Like Resident Evil remake, pretty much.
Oh God, yes, absolutely.
And I agree with you completely. Resident Evil 2 remake was the pinnacle of just fan service.
Remakes.
I don't want to call it a remake. That's just fan service. They did everything perfect with it, and the PC mods just made it even more better. They got the damn Nemesis mod for PC.
That shit was dope.
You could turn the
double tyrants and stuff like that. That shit was crazy when I saw that. Yeah,
it's pretty cool how they did it. They don't care. They letting you have full mod support for the game. So again, it's a lot. It's a lot to it. Definitely looking forward to.
I mean, I'm really rooting for. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to bash me in the chat, but I'm kind of rooting for Microsoft this time around. I really want them to focus more on the games in and of itself, man, and like allowing these developers that they recently picked up to give them free reign to do whatever the hell they want without Microsoft questioning anything.
It only makes
sense. I think we might very well see that. We have to wait and see. I mean, if Halo Infinite comes out and it's not overhauled with microtransactions or becomes like a next-gen looter shooter for Microsoft, but we'll have to wait and see. But I don't know. I guess I'm putting a little too much faith, man. I haven't given up completely on Microsoft yet, even though I know everybody would like sit there and point fingers and like, oh, you're a bot. No, I just really want to see them do better. I want to see them do better, man. I mean, it's only up from there. I mean, if Microsoft keeps going downhill, then what can you do, right?
That's
how I look at it.
That's probably some of the most surreal news I've read all week. But congratulations to Pablo III on being a father. That is
Yeah, congrats, Pablo, man.
Congratulations,
Congrats, buddy.
being a father, bro. Good luck to you and everybody. That's great.
And he got an Xbox X too. So that's you know.
Wow, Craig.
He did.
That's messed up. Okay.
No, but he did it. So, but no, congrats to him and his family, and wishing him nothing but merry tides.
Yep, definitely. Congratulations. Let's see here. Corey Barlog. Now, Corey Barlog, you already know the dude has been cleaning up when it comes to rewards for God of War. The man has been on fire. Well, he's now talking about a crossover with Ubisoft, because Ubisoft's next Assassin's Creed could very well have Vikings.
Oh man,
He's talking about a crossover with Ubisoft. Y'all think they'll give in?
That'd be great.
That'd be cool. That'd be dope if he would. They allow that. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Like with Kratos, or just with some things from that world. Or?
I think it's Kratos. They might throw in Atreus too. Definitely.
Okay. That would be cool. I would have no problem with that. I mean, in this Odyssey, it had the cave of Kratos in it. So.
Oh, did it? No,
yeah.
Okay. I haven't even played. I haven't played the newer ones yet. I've been more. I stopped with the franchise after I think Black Flag. That was like the last one I legit committed to. I haven't played the newer ones yet, but I gotta get back into them. And the fact that Ubisoft had the nerve to charge you $50-$40 for Assassin's Creed 3, which is the weakest of the series, is pretty absurd. I don't know why they got the nerve from that one. Because no, they're charging you $30-$50 for Assassin's Creed 3, but then they're charging you less for Assassin's Creed Rogue, and Assassin's Creed Rogue had a better story than 3 and a better character.
Now, see, I disagree.
Really?
I think
you like a Connor over thing?
No, the character, to me in 3 was just a lot more brutal. I did like the story of Rogue. I'm splitting it 50-50. The story of Rogue was better. And I'm glad we got them all. I beat Rogue years ago. I don't know if I'm going to go back and play it or not. But and I'm interested in Assassin's Creed 3. That could be when they do the Black Friday buy 2 get 1 or something like that. If that, pick it up? I may pick that up, and it's for everybody. If you have not played Origins yet, it's $20 at GameStop on PS4 if you haven't played it. So get down with the Black Assassin from Egypt. Yeah, he's pretty cool too. Gameplay not as good as Odyssey. The gameplay's not as good as Odyssey.
Yeah, they were out their mind though when that game first was coming out. Didn't they want $5,000 for a pair of headphones and a fucking like statue thing for it?
Oh my god!
Yeah, I remember that shit. And then they wanted $8,000 for a big ass. They're like, what the fuck do you think you're at? We're not fucking aristocrats. We're fucking
they just want to. They just want to penny grab everything, bro.
And that was
they were out their mind for that price point. I remember it too. It was probably one of the shittiest displays ever. It literally was the assassin with his hood on, and then the headphones went on the damn statue. It looks so weird. Like, why would somebody buy that?
I mean, you'll
be surprised, Ryan. You'll be surprised.
If it's a heavy collector, if somebody that collects real heavy stuff, they would have bought into it and just buy it.
Oh yeah,
agreed.
Right
for
right,
sure, Carlos.
Somebody bought that jacket for Devil May Cry.
Yeah, and they're a bunch of sore saps for buying it because you could have bought it for like about $40 at Alibaba and made it your own.
What the hell is that?
It sounds like some kind of disease you get. You got a
Wow, Craig. Wow.
No, man, in AliExpress. My bad. AliExpress.
Okay.
AliExpress. Okay.
Yeah, you can find the jacket. Literally, there's a clone jacket of that same exact design on AliExpress, and you could purchase that for like $30, man.
I did not know that, but Devil May Cry, that was okay. I played that. I didn't play the other ones though. I hadn't played Devil May Cry since Devil May Cry 1, but that game was pretty cool. It sold well apparently. So shout out to everybody for supporting the game.
Yep. I guess I'll throw this in here because I know a lot of people ask me for PC. Epic is still cleaning house. They Yeah, they just now hired the dudes from Respawn, and was it Respawn and hold on, I got my notes. Respawn and Infinity Ward co-founder. So that's what they just hired for Epic Games. So basically, they're still cleaning up. They're getting these deals. Supposedly, they're going to have Red Dead Redemption 2 on the store before Steam gets it, which is crazy. And yeah, there's a lot going on. What y'all think about this?
I love it.
You love it. You
Yeah.
love it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Big dog, big nuts. This is a company that's competing. They're trying to compete with a massive platform by going at it. They're going right at them. See, this is what I love. This go right at them. Fuck them. Go right at them and make Steam do something. You know, maybe Steam will get Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. Because that's pathetic. You got to play Mass Effect 1 and 2. You don't have Mass Effect 3? Garbage. You know, so it's just Steam got to do better. But I mean, Epic's got some things not in place yet, but I love it. You know, keep it coming. Keep it coming. You know, take more.
You know, I would never thought I would ever see the day where people would be starting a fanboy war on fucking PC of all places, debating on what client is better to download their shit.
Too, because it's like, remember how you constantly see the narrative? Well, PC gamers are well behaved. We don't do this shit. We're not about
no
that.
more.
Immediately, as soon as Epic start getting these damn deals with these games, they're acting like, you know, PC, or they're acting like PlayStation and Xbox dudes would be. So
no, Steam is better. No, Epic is better. No, Steam is better. Like, get over it, man. If you want to play,
I never understood it.
Like, bro,
I never understood it.
The sad part about it, that the Epic store, you don't even need to add anything to it so they can take money from you. You really don't, because you could just play Fortnite and Unreal Tournament for free. Now, if you want to purchase the actual games from the in-store catalog, yeah, you're gonna have to use it, but the platform itself is free. All you need to do is to register with your email address. That's it. There is no hitchbacks. If you want to put yourself out there to be bamboozled, then yeah, go right ahead. Put in your credit card and debit card account and see what happens. But I had an Epic account like for years. Yeah. Years. And I never, even bothered to put any type of information on it after the changes.
You know what it kind of feels like? Kind of feels like AEW and the whole shit with WWE, like the motherfucking like Epic trying to make a come up. That's what it seems like. So good to see. Interesting.
I love it. I'm glad Epic is doing it, and they need to keep doing it. Get more.
I have a question for you guys.
What's up?
What's your guys' thoughts on the Rise of Skywalker?
Oh, I'm talking about that.
Yeah, we'll get that to the end, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I definitely got those. Trust me.
I'm talking about that in an
hour. So I guess I had this be the last time. Unless you guys want us to talk about anything else in the chat. Not a lot really happened news-wise this week that I'm aware of. But if you guys have anything you want to talk, it's really been a real.
Oh, hey, did you cover that supposed E3 leak rumor that came out a couple days ago?
No, what was the leak?
I'll have to find the article again, but it was something that I covered on my show on my channel. I would take it from what I remember. Infinite's supposed to, like, Halo Infinite's going to be there, but it's also going to be a next gen game as well. But one of the things that they were talking about, according to the actual leak rumor, I'm pretty sure it got debunked. I'm not 100% sure, but like there was supposed to be a world premiere of Dino Crisis remake from Capcom. Which
about time.
Which, in a way, I can kind of somewhat believe that due to the fact that RE Nemesis is not being done by Capcom, from what I've heard. So that could very well be a plausible thing. But like I said, I'm taking it with a grain of salt. Yeah. And the other one that was on there, I forget what the heck it was. I don't know. Give me a minute. I'll find the actual thing real fast.
I think it was probably Splinter Cell as well.
Yeah, Splinter Cell was supposed to also be showing up too as well, which I'm not looking forward to. Not the way Ubisoft makes their games nowadays. Fuck that.
No. You already know half of it's going to be locked behind Uplay, and another portion is going to be DLC.
It's going to be streamlined to hell.
I would sell that IP to somebody else and give it the proper, the proper reintroduction for next gen. Because Ubisoft, Splinter Cell, No, not a good mix. I see a whole bunch of microtransaction based DLC, a lot of paywall bullshit. Nah, give it to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, to me, damn it, what were we talking about? Well, what was the last of the what was the name of the last Splinter Cell? Because I really enjoyed that. It didn't have Fisher in it, but I thought the story was fantastic.
I think it was a Conviction or something like that.
I wasn't Conviction. It was Conviction did have Sam Fisher. But I can't remember the name of the last one, but it was a good game. So if they make it like that, Blacklist, yeah. They make it like that. Without all that bullshit multiplayer, because there were some missions that they locked behind multiplayer. Again, I do not want to play with your monkey ass, okay? Just give me the story. But
damn, Greg.
I thought that was a great game. So,
oh, shit.
You know, I mean, I'll play that H1Z1 game because it's got smoke in it. It's got like green smoke, and that's it. I mean, what else is there? I mean,
I found it.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. Faye.
All right. Okay, so according to the list, Microsoft's E3 press conference will start with a new trailer of Halo: The Master Chief Collection for PC.
All right.
It will be followed by a gameplay trailer of Halo Infinite with the release date announcement, which is said to be sometime in 2020. Halo Infinite will also make its way to Xbox Anaconda, you know, the next-gen console, whatever you want to call it. The Coalition will then take the stage to reveal Gears 5 gameplay trailer with a holiday 2019 release date. Gears Tag is also predicted to make an appearance with the 2019 release date. Battletoads and Ori and the Will of the Wisp gameplay trailers, expansion of Sea of Thieves, and a new game by Piranha Bytes are scheduled for Microsoft's E3 2019 press conference. World premieres. Okay, this is the world premiere of Dino Crisis Reboot, which is listed to arrive in 2020. The world premiere of the long-awaited new Splinter Cell game by Ubisoft. Teaser of a new Fable video game developed by Playground Games. Teaser for Bleeding Edge, which is a new IP from Ninja Theory.
A lot of third-party games get mentioned on this list for sure.
Well, Ninja Theory. Yeah, Ninja Theory is,
well, I mean, but I'm saying a lot of third-party games were listed just now.
Yeah, I've not heard any
teaser of a next-gen IP by Rare, and a teaser for a next-gen IP by Rare, which is probably going to be Sea of fucking Queeps too.
Don't say that. What if it's perfect?
It might as well be
there's no way they're going to make a sequel to Sea of Thieves.
Nah, dude. That's the backlash.
They make a sequel to Sea of Thieves.
What about Perfect Dark?
That makes no sense. Why would they make a sequel to Sea of Thieves?
I think it'd be Perfect Dark.
But then they scrap Scalebound.
I think it'd be Perfect Dark.
No, I think it's going to be a brand new IP. I think it's going to be a brand new IP.
It needs to be. It needs to be because it can't be Sea of Thieves 2. If they make a Sea of Thieves 2, then what was the point of scrapping? What's his name? Scalebound.
Oh, everybody's mad,
right?
That makes no sense. That just makes no sense to me. It's just weird. It's so out of place.
Yeah, people are just mad at them over that. I've decided that people are just mad over that for them canceling that game. So I don't know why. Just people are mad, you know. So
and there's also I also forgot to mention this too. I just saw this now. There's also supposed to be another acquisition that Microsoft is going to announce too as well at E3.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard
definitely interesting. That very, very interesting going into their show. I just hope it's good. You know, thank God.
It sounds like a lot of multiplayer stuff. I mean, if that leak is true, if it's true, I mean, it could.
Yeah, take it with a humongous grain of salt, though, guys.
Yeah.
But then again, it wouldn't be
2 months away from E3, so yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that far fetched when you really think about it. Microsoft does focus heavily on the multi-plats.
No. Remember.
They do.
This year's E3 is going to be bigger and better than the previous one. They're out to swing. Yo, when I see it, I'll believe it. That's just how I'm taking it.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, Carlos, man. Because I mean, like I said, we're usually around like from May all the way till pretty much basically the beginning of June. It's all rumor, going on. So yeah. So be careful what you read, people, man, because a lot of that stuff is probably going to be 90% bullshit.
I mean, but Sam Fisher should be in his 60s now? Because the first Splinter Cell, he was 42. The very first Splinter Cell.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember they got me hyped for Hitman, and Hitman has not been the same since.
Yeah.
Like Absolution hurt my soul. Then these newer ones.
It did, really?
Hitman. Speaking of Hitman, when the hell is that remaster coming up for the third game there?
I have no clue. I have no clue.
Yeah, I heard about that. A while back that they were planning on re-releasing or remastering Blood Money and something else. I can't remember what the hell it was.
Probably the first one.
Contracts.
Contract.
Yeah, it might have been contracts. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're probably right.
Well,
there
they're remastering those to now be interesting. But yeah, as far as me saying Absolution, yeah, Craig, Absolution didn't do much for me. It was mostly quick time events and just a broken.
What about the beginning when he shot that girl in the shower?
Yeah, it was stupid. The like they're basically implying that every cop knows every single cop in the world. You know, and like usually when you get a cop uniform in a Hitman game, you're good. You're free from all the cops unless you're like a lieutenant, you know, or something like that.
Yeah.
This game, it's like nah. This cop knows you. That cop knows you. I'm like, what's with this game? You know, it's broken.
Well, that's true.
I didn't like those mechanics at all, but the quick time events were annoying too. And then you talking about the opening with Diana. Okay, I will give you that. That was some props, but
that was worth it. Her betrayal and you going in there and massacring her in her own shower. You know, that was the way it should be.
Yeah, do you find out she's not dead? You know, she faked it, which was pretty interesting.
Yeah, she faked it like 4K. Yeah, you're right about that. So, you're right.
Oh God. All right, I think that's all my game. Oh wait, Borderlands 3 going to Epic Store 2, and that's
game. 4K textures on the Pro. They said it couldn't be done. The community, the Xbox people were wrong again. There's one more thing: those moist toast butters just don't get. You know, so they just don't get it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the gaming portion of the RGT podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed that portion. You guys did, hit that like button. We're about to go ahead and get into this movie talk, some other talk, because a lot of other cool stuff that's happened over the week. You guys already know I've been branching the show out, so that's what I kind of like to do. It's a cool, relaxing thing to do. So hopefully you guys will stick around if you guys want to. But if not, hey, appreciate you guys coming through for the gaming portion of the show. Let's go ahead and get into this right here. Let's start with the big one, Star Wars. The Last Skywalker. I think that's the name of it, right? Or Skywalker's Return, something like that.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, The Rise of Skywalker. There you go. I forgot the name of it. What y'all thought about it?
The trailer? Yeah, it's a teaser trailer. I thought it was good. I loved when it came out on stage and said run it back or whatever. He said roll it again. It's good. I'm gonna be getting into it here in about another hour, give or take. Just looking at that trailer again, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Ray almost, confirmed that her character hasn't read all of the books, but she's read most of it. I love seeing Lando back again at the helm of the Millennium Falcon. He ain't been on that ship since '83 when they attacked the second Death Star.
Yeah, it's actually a good point. It's actually a good point. I was really happy to see that when I saw the trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thoroughly enjoyed it.
A Han Solo and kill him off.
Well, I don't know if Abrams. Well, that was people got to understand that was Harrison Ford's idea.
I know he was old. He didn't know how long he had. I know. He wanted
the character to die at the end of Empire Strikes Back. There's actually a cut. Yeah, there's actually a cut that they shot where he dies, but the screening didn't go well. So. Said, Lucas said, look, can we just freeze you? And he said, sure. And they brought him back in Jedi. He has more screen time in Jedi than Luke Skywalker. As far as the lines that are read, he has more lines and everything. I understand what people are saying.
They're kind of getting on my nerves with Kylo Ren a little bit. It seems like every damn installment he fixes his helmet, then crushes it. In the trailer, you see a new helmet. I know you saw it, right? It had like red lines in it or something like that.
Yeah, that one looked nice.
Yeah, it looked dope. But I'm like, is he gonna destroy this one too?
Yeah, more than likely is gonna happen.
He's always got a helmet just for it to be destroyed or be taken off, and then his hair looks perfect. It's like I don't get it. I don't. So
yeah.
The opening though, how it starts off when she like does the damn Matrix and jumps into the cockpit, kills the dude. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
at the start of it. Probably the biggest reveal of that teaser was Palpatine and his laugh.
His laughing.
That is really, really interesting.
Well, there's been a theory that Rey has a dark side beginning, and that Kylo is light side. So, and as far as his beginning, his inception, but we'll have to wait and see. It's just a theory somebody floated years ago that Rey was created. I won't say created. That Rey was just has a dark side parentage. I'll just put it like that. So I have to wait and see. But it looks like it will be answered in this one. I don't think who the baby daddy is that important. Just because the fans wanted that and didn't get it, they got mad, and But this is the same group of fandom that ran George Lucas out because they thought they knew more than George Lucas did. Here's a guy that sat down and invented the damn characters, and and they were running around saying that we know more than he does. This movie should have done this and that. And you just want to smack these guys. I mean, really, they just need to be punched in their mouth.
Not only that, Craig. Not only that. If I can recall, the Force is something that is not, you're not. It doesn't really go by lineage. It goes by how pure your heart. Yeah, how pure you are at essence.
It does now. Yeah, that got changed. They changed that because Abrams came out and said, "Well, everybody can use the Force, but they access it at different levels." So, like,
I think he did that as a cop out just to set up new characters.
I think that's just like it's just a cop out, but at the same time, like, you have so many different characters with different walks of life. Look at Yoda, for example.
Yeah.
Yoda.
You know what's a little disappointing about that trailer though? That I'm surprised nobody noticed. Where the hell is Snoke?
Dead. He got cut.
Like he should be a Force Ghost. He was the powerful thing. He's not a Force Ghost.
He might be. We just hadn't seen
him. There's no talk of Snoke. And he had all this cool lore about him. He looked dope, and now he's not even important.
No, you're right. Well, Luke Skywalker did said nobody, not Skywalker, Yoda said nobody is truly ever gone. So we'll have to wait and see if
that wasn't Yoda's voice.
Well, Yoda in the last movie, he said that. He said nobody is truly.
Yeah, in the last movie. I thought you were talking about the reference or the.
Oh no!
I was gonna say, I'm like, that was Yoda, man. What the fuck? What the hell happened to his voice?
The puppet that they chose for the last one, I'm like, I get it. It's the old school one, but it just fell out of place. Did it? It just fell out of place. I didn't like that.
I have to disagree with that only due to the fact that if you go back and if you watch like the actual
original,
the Blu-ray versions of the prequels, like that puppet version was gone and they replaced it with a shitty fucking CGI one. That pissed me off.
Yeah.
That pissed me off. I've always liked the old school puppet version of Yoda, man. That's the way it should always be in Star Wars.
It doesn't surprise me because I remember they tampered with the the Empire Strikes Back
classics. Yep, all of them.
They tampered with all of them because you remember at the end where Luke sees Obi-Wan and his father. They changed the original.
They replaced the original. That was stupid. That was stupid.
He looked out of place. It didn't make no sense.
Yep. Lucas, man, can never let go of his own damn projects, man.
I don't get it. The prequel.
I didn't mind.
There's only one good one out there,
right? Yeah,
it makes no sense.
What Lucas did is all right. Well, here's what Lucas said: that when he became Darth Vader, the good man that was Anakin died. So that's who we saw. We saw the good man that was Anakin. And that's why they put, I guess, was it Hayden Christensen? Is that who was playing it?
Yeah, Hayden Christensen, yeah.
Yeah, and so that's why he did it. So he literally just tried to canonize what Obi-Wan Kenobi had told Luke. The good man, Anakin Skywalker, died. And so when he returned to being a Jedi, because Return of the Jedi is not about Luke Skywalker. It's about Anakin Skywalker returning to be a Jedi, saving his son, turning him back. That's why before he died, he looked at Luke and he said, "Tell your sister you were right about me. That he still was good." And so that's what Lucas was trying to do. I get it though. People thought that was garbage. But they just missed that. Kind of did go over a lot of people's head.
But I mean, I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, it's like when you change something like that, right?
Yeah.
That hasn't been changed before up until I think it was. I don't think it the Blu-ray iterations when they made that change.
Yeah, Blu-ray.
And it's like you're ripping something out of the Star Wars history from like many people that have been following the series since the very inception. You know what I mean?
Correct.
But at the same time, I mean, I get it though. At the same time, because we never seen the good side of Anakin until the prequels came out, which I know everybody hates, but I actually don't mind the actual prequels, man.
They changed. You guys remember back in the day with lightsabers, you actually earned your lightsaber from your masters, and they created it for you. This one now, they're talking about crystals that change on your emotion, which is like what?
Well, but you're supposed to select the crystal that suits your emotion, and they're just.
Which, again,
I agree with you though. Yeah.
That was never a thing though, and it was weird, especially when you look at the books and the lore they did for Darth Maul. We found the 2 crystals for his. Again, it's like I get what you're trying to do, but it just feels out of place. It feels forced.
It does. That's the only thing that I will say that I hated the most about Phantom Menace. They killed that guy off way too quickly.
Well,
he was in Solo. You saw the Solo film. He did make a cameo in Solo for 5 seconds, which pissed me off. I wouldn't mind more.
Well, I mean, he's technically not dead according to the lore. I think from Clone Wars or something like that. For his canon.
Obi-Wan had to kill him again. Yeah, Obi-Wan had to kill him twice because he figured out that Luke was on Tatooine. He figured that out. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi had to kill him again. So I'm like, well, which one is canon? What is the episode?
Who knows at this point, Craig?
It's
all over the place,
and it's like literally so many different revisions for the character. Not even.
But I do agree with you. And Lucas got mad that so many people paid attention to Darth Maul, but Ray Park,
he was a badass. He was
perfect. I know, but Ray Park, like I said, Ray Park turned that 4. He was in that movie for 4.5 minutes.
When you first saw that trailer,
and that song that plays during that fight. Freaking epic, man. Duel of Fates. That was one of the best themes ever, man, for Star Wars
soundtracks of all time.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And Ray Park turned
that fucking cloak off, and that damn thing ignited. You knew shit just got real. Like, he was not playing no games.
Yeah, that was the best part of Phantom Menace, man.
Yep. Even though he killed Qui-Gon, I wouldn't mind him killing Obi-Wan, but still, he killed Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon wasn't that bad of a character. I mean, Jar Jar was definitely the ruining of that, but I'm glad to see that Lucas took the feedback.
Qui-Gon, because I thought Qui-Gon was a cooler character. Like, he had more to his depth to his character than Obi-Wan did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but I mean, Obi-Wan was still learning too as well. I mean, he's not like what you saw him in like New Hope or some shit like that, right? So
yeah, he was all great.
Did they show the video game? Did they show the video game?
Right. Yeah.
On Jedi. I'm waiting to hear on the video game. I don't know if that's going to be.
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
Yeah,
I don't think it's released yet.
Okay.
But I know that Amazon accidentally leaked some art out or something like that. I heard. But as far as the trailer goes, I'm actually looking forward to seeing it because I want to see what they can do. But at the same time, every time I'm reminded that it's being published by EA, my whole entire excitement goes straight down the shitter. So sorry, EA, but
shout out to RDL Matador. Thank you, my brother, for the super chat. He says Guerrilla Games will make a new SOCOM game. You will see.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty freaking awesome if they did.
Possible.
In the Decima engine, like that would actually be amazing, dude.
Yeah, I mean, because if it's single player, because at least the first one that I played that I fell in love with, the first 2, I believe those are just single player missions. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean,
definitely.
Let's
move on to another. Everybody's done, right? Everybody got what they had to say about Star Wars out the way.
Yeah. No, actually, the only thing that I will say that I loved about the actual teaser was hearing that laugh from the Emperor at the end. That kind of blew my mind a little bit.
To another level.
That was freaking incredible, man. So if he's coming back, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, how the hell is he coming back?" Don't question it. Fucking it's Star Wars.
Maybe he's the Force Ghost or something. Maybe
that could be. That could very well be. Yeah.
I've got a theory. I'm going to run with it here in about another hour.
So, you going to run the podcast for it?
Yeah, I already set it up. Maybe joined by a guest. I don't know. So that's why I put a question mark in there. But yeah,
I'll definitely be tuning in for that for sure. For sure.
Yeah,
you want anything you want to add about the Star Wars teaser?
I hope it doesn't suck pretty much because goddamn phone. It's just for me, it's just the emphasis, man. Don't stray away from the original formula that made Star Wars what it is, which is actually the story, the characters, and that essence of having the strength to overcome adversity against all odds. That's what I want to see with this Star Wars. Not no contrasting issues, none of that bullcrap. Just give me a straight on evil versus good, and we're good.
Before we get off this topic, though, Ryan, just real quick, I do have to agree with what Blue just said in the chat, man. I've been a fan of that actual fan theory that's been going around for a long time about Darth Jar Jar. They should have did something with that, man. That would have been fucking amazing, dude.
The most annoying character is Darth.
He is. But I mean, like the way everybody was like piecing things together and some of that, dude, from that theory was just incredible, man.
A dark Jar Jar. Could you even imagine Jar Jar with force ability to do damn timeline?
Jar Jar will kill you.
Man.
Jar Jar don't like
right?
you. Jar Jar
Lisa, fuck you up.
He said go to
Jar Jar thinks.
No, I just think that theory would have been something special. I think it would have pissed a lot of people off, but it would have been a pretty cool, interesting twist for that character all along in the prequels.
Yeah. I definitely check out though. Check out his name is Star Wars Theory. He's a really good YouTuber.
He's there.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I watched a lot of his videos, man.
Jar Jar breathing like Darth Vader.
No, what I absolutely love about his theories is what he did for what's the one he did? It was where Anakin is trained by Darth Maul. That was actually pretty cool. Dope story that he did. But speaking of, you said sticking to its roots, right, Carlos?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about this. I don't know if y'all going to go see it, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't recommend this. It's an insult to the original films that were really, really good, and that's Hellboy. Don't watch Hellboy. Don't.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
No, I'm going to see that. What?
No, bro. It's bad. It's bad.
It was bad.
It's basically a PG. It's like a. How do I explain it? You know how the cheap special effects and all that? It seems like they went with cheap special effects with this one, and they just went with that type of route with this new Hellboy. Like it doesn't.
Did you not watch the Red Band trailer for it?
It's not. No, I'm not talking about PG in terms of like cursing. I'm talking about like basically the budget. It feels like it feels less of a budget than the originals. Like more effort went into just like crappy CG. Than actually
okay.
Like practical effects. Remember the original one, which made Ron look so good as the character. Everything
he did. Ron Perlman was Hellboy, man.
That is Hellboy. And you know what's crazy? He actually said he was down to do the role again. He was ready. He was working on the script with the original producer, and they turned him down.
The guy playing him did a good job playing him. It's just the script was garbage. I mean, it was straight garbage. But if you go see it, it's a matinee. Because I never tell a grown up what to do with his or her money. I just say, look, try to save a little bit and go to a matinee. So
yeah, it could have been.
I don't know. Like, I didn't like it at first when the teaser came out. I looked at it and I was like, okay, this looks fucking trash. And then they came out, and then the trailer dropped. And then they also released I think it was like the same day, like they dropped the Red Band trailer for it. So I watched that version instead. And I was just like, okay, you know what? This doesn't look that bad. Yeah, it's CG intensified, but I mean, what movie isn't nowadays? I mean, shit. Look at the CG in Black Panther, for fuck's sake, horrendous. But despite that, though, it doesn't look that bad, at least from what I've seen so far. I mean, does it look better than the originals? No, I mean Ron Perlman is always going to be Hellboy in my eyes. But
Sapien alone was just
this one doesn't look too shabby. I mean, it looks okay. I mean, I don't know. I might just watch it on the internet and say fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Soundtrack, I don't know. I don't think the original can be touched. The soundtrack was on point. Characters were really, really well done. Prince Nuala, you guys remember that dude was a beast.
Oh yeah.
So,
I don't know. The Golden Army, I think the second one's called, right?
Hard role for them to recapture what made the original so great. Even the cast, the annoying boss, he was just funny as shit to me all the time.
Yeah, I mean, there were parts of it that I think you have to ask yourself, and what I always ask myself is that, is there enough there to trigger a sequel? And to me, it's not. With that said,
they might go with it. You know how they are.
Yeah, they may go. So you never know.
Damn, a sequel. And if I'm hearing, because from what I'm understanding right now, and judging from your reactions from each and one of you, it's that it's not looking good, man.
Yeah, that could be wrong. I mean, they may say, okay, we'll try one more. I don't know how much the budget was yet. So, yeah, it's looking like it's going to make like 16 million this weekend, and that's some people breaking into your house.
Yeah,
and
a lot of
stealing
people
money.
like Hellboy.
I won't lie. The main reason why I want to see it though is because of one reason and one reason only. It's
Mila.
my favorite. Yep.
Yeah. I knew it. How did I
fucking
know? How did I know
worship
we
that
were gonna
fucking
see Mila?
actress, man.
How did I know, people? How did I know that? How did I know? I mean, like, she. Don't get me wrong. Mila is beautiful. She's always great in whatever
She's
role.
stunning, man.
She's stunning to this day. And even though the Resident Evil movies are not good, aside from
They're
one,
not.
you know,
They're
aside from like one out of the franchise, maybe two if you want to be a little bit more, you know, forgiving. You know, if like part two, like 1 and 2, those are the only good ones, pretty much. But I don't know. She just seems she can't seem to get a break when it comes to bigger roles, like better roles.
She didn't even want to do the last 3.
Yeah.
They didn't even want to. Sony Pictures forced fucking Paul W.S. Anderson to actually make the last 3 because of how much money the first 3 made. I'm kind of guilty of the reason why those movies actually sold pretty well because I saw those movies dozens of times in the theaters, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, Sony had been looking for their next great franchise, and they found
That's
it
definitely
with
not
Venom.
it.
Yeah, they found it with Venom. So if they can, Venom 2 comes out and does what Venom 1 did, then they'll be fine.
Do I even have to remind you, Fatal, of you saw the last one, right?
Yeah, fucking Retribution.
Okay, so you knew going into the last one how the movie should have started off with. You remember it should have been a war at the start. It wasn't even a war. They just like, okay, that didn't happen. What's happening is the Red Queen has somehow systematically timed the extinction of all life on Earth. And she has to find the antidote.
Yeah, the movies were definitely were not good. The only reason why I watched them outside from her, of course, was because I actually didn't mind the lore behind it. Because I was trying to like piece things together as like the series went on. You know, don't get me wrong, they're fucking bad for action films, but as far as like the actual lore goes, that's the only reason why I watched it. That's it. Because I'm fascinated by everything that's Resident Evil centric from the lore and stuff. So that's how I like to in all my games. That's why I don't like 7. But anyways, I'm not talking about that. I have a question though.
When it came,
I do have a question. Yeah, I do have a question for you guys. Since we're on movie topics, man, did you guys take a look at that live action trailer for Lion King?
Yeah, phenomenal.
Yeah,
that shit made me fucking cry up and tear up, bro.
You know what's a little, you know what's weird? I get how they couldn't, like, I was talking to Carlos about this. Okay, you know how they have Scar? So look, how Scar looks? He looks dope. He looks very, really old and like he looks wise, pretty much, right?
A lot of people didn't like the way he looks in the live action film. I'm like,
he just look like his like you would think they'd change his mane to black so he can look like his anime counterpart.
That may not have translated well on the screen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that wouldn't translate well.
They could add a little bit more effects to it because remember how, like in real life, there is there is lions that look like that. They have black manes, but they have like.
I don't disagree with you, but
they have a little yellow outline on the outside of the black mane. It could still go with that.
I mean,
truth be told, though, when I saw when they first revealed him during that live action trailer, like I paused it for a minute. I was looking at it. I was like. You know what? This might actually work, man. Because I mean, truth be told, like the way he looks and the way like his
he sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, although it's not Jeremy Irons, but I mean,
I'll take it as Jeremy Irons.
I can't remember who it is. But
you guys,
I don't mind the look though.
Man, you haven't watched that many old school movies like Moana, huh? Especially Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh God, yeah.
Come on, man. Not even that, man. Jeremy Irons been in a couple of movies. He actually did one.
Excuse me.
Not too long ago. Whoa, it was a couple of years back. But you remember the one? I think was what with Jeff Bridges that they play the mythical dragons.
Mm-hmm.
He played one of the characters in that movie. He also played in Aragon.
Yeah.
The evil wizard.
Oh, and let's also not forget his best performance to date, man. Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yes, but Scar will be forever his legendary performance in terms
I just want to see how they recreate that scene. You already know what I'm talking about. That long live the king. I want to see how they
dude. I cannot wait, man. And like I said, every single the whole entire 2 minutes or a minute and a half of that trailer was like I was literally fighting back my tears, man. That's my childhood, right? So but seeing everything from even that scene where he's getting bigger with Timon and Pumbaa walking across and you see like the moonlight and shit. Oh man, that shit was fucking fascinating, man. And what a perfect way to close that shit too, as well, with that line "Sleep Tonight" when the way they were humming that shit. Oh, that was genius. That was fucking genius.
I remember Elton John. I really wanted that to be live action for like the longest as a kid. Now it's finally. I'm glad I lived long enough to see this actually happen. There's going to be live action, so it looks really, really good.
Same here. And also, Carlos, just to play off what you just said about Elton John, I would love to see him come back and remake those 2 songs that he did for the original soundtrack.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. That would be beautiful.
They might go all out. You never know.
Yeah, he didn't write those songs. I think one of the guitarists from the Police, was it Andy Summers, I think, wrote some of those songs from Lion King. I mean, I'm going way back. I mean, wow.
I don't care. I'm definitely going in July to see that, and I'm also going. I think it's next month is when Aladdin drops. I know a lot of people aren't happy with that one because of Will Smith, but I don't give a fuck. It looks too good. Like doesn't look all that bad, even with Will Smith as playing as the genie. Because that trailer definitely made me not give a shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, it's not Robin Williams. Nobody can ever replace Robin Williams. Like, let's just get over that.
Yeah,
no one's ever gonna replace that.
I don't know what they're trying to do with Aladdin.
Nobody does. I'm definitely gonna go see it anyways. Though
it feels out of place, but you never know. It might be good. Some people said that. What was that? Beauty and the Beast joint wasn't going to be good, and ended up being good for them. So
that did good numbers as well.
Yeah, it did good. Maybe they'll do Hunchback of Notre Dame next for live action. You never know.
That would be good.
No, they're definitely going to do all of them. I mean, I'm sure like Snow White's in the making, Cinderella's there and stuff too as well. Yeah, they're going to do them all eventually.
Yeah, they're going to do them all. Anything else movie wise?
I actually had a game question. Is it just my Twitter timeline? But it seems like there's a bunch of people who didn't realize that Sony had a deal with Remedy for Control exclusive content. I mean,
that was mentioned a while back.
Yeah, I know.
People on Twitter are dumb as fuck.
And I don't know if they're not believing the articles or that people are. I mean, it just seems like, damn, you all should have known. I mean, Remedy's
buttering up the business.
You all should have known.
Yeah, you should have known that. I mean, just like eventually they're gonna bring Quantum Break to PlayStation. They ain't got no choice.
Here's the thing, Gray. Here's the thing, right? A lot of the people on the Xbox side, especially those morons on fucking Twitter, they don't even know. They don't do any form of research whatsoever. They don't, because if they did, they would see like games like Operencia on Game Pass is like console exclusive wise. You know what I mean? But they don't see any of that shit. All they care about is finding ways to burn down Sony in any form of the fucking means, man. I mean, Pogate exists for a reason, right?
Yeah,
that's the most idiotic thing I've ever had to see in the gaming industry so far. Is people had to make a big deal about that. So I mean, whatever. Yep. But fuck the Xbox fan base, man. They're retarded. No offense to anybody in the chat. No offense to anybody in the chat. If you are an Xbox fan, but you don't tell all that bullshit, I'm not referring to you.
Yeah, you're talking about the extremists. That's the best way.
The extremists, man. Yeah, that's the best. Yeah, that's the best way to sum it up, in my opinion. Good call on that one, Ryan.
They're not fans.
I thought it was funny just seeing. I'm like, it's like, didn't you all know this? Like, this was announced. Well, I will say this: there's going to be missions allegedly on the PlayStation that Xbox never sees. Now, I mean, I'm sure if there's a Game of the Year version, it comes out in a couple of years, they will probably get them in. But that sucks. I mean, if you're a fan of this kind of game, that would suck. And,
the reason why they call them extremists, I want you to look at my dislike thing right there. You notice that's one person, by the way, guys. That's the extremist side, and Fatal will tell you there's plenty of a lot of these weirdos out here.
A bunch of
all sides of consoles have those extremists.
Everybody that's still with us, hit that like button if you guys are enjoying the show. Hit that like button though, for sure. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us.
Yeah.
I never understood that, Savage, about why people like only buy consoles for features and ecosystem. That makes no sense to me.
Because they do not compute common sense, man.
They never did.
No, I never understood that, because I've actually tested out most of the features that the Xbox has, and I mean, outside from a few things, like, it's nothing. Like, I mean, you lock party chat behind a fucking paywall. I don't have to worry about that on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you lock free to play games
behind
behind a paywall.
Proportion the way Puddlegate was blown out of proportion, which again is just it's weird. It's
When
like,
that happened, Ryan, dude, when that shit fucking spread across Twitter, man, like my brain was hurting so bad, dude.
I didn't. It went from Puddlegate, then dude said the game was completely downgraded. They're saying the game does not look like. I'm like, bro, it looks exactly the same.
Hey, and digital
one
totally
thing that was right though. They reported. You remember like that part where like he's like going through the debris and twisting, and then like the eyes change, like they like get smaller or whatever when he's going through it. They don't like the eyes were moving basically. The eyes don't do that in the actual game. But that's pretty much the only thing that changed.
Yeah,
you know? That's the only thing that changed. What's up, Pale Star? Shout out to RDL Meldor. He said Craig Dilu Wafa said that Sony wants to buy Remedy.
No.
They've talked to Remedy and 2 other studios. That's it. They've talked. They don't. I mean, everybody. I think you got to understand. They're always they talk to each other all the time. But it would not shock me if they make an offer to Remedy. Only because I don't know if they're going to go for Remedy or Supermassive. So because they both make different styles of games that would do well on the PlayStation. But I do think that Control is a test. That's a test. But I've heard Remedy, Insomniac, and/or Supermassive are in the wheelhouse.
Supermassive is a definite.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Supermassive because Supermassive did make Until Dawn, which isn't. It's whatnot, which isn't as good as the like Heavy Rain, but the way that story was in Until Dawn could compete with what Quantic Dream did. Maybe not now, but Sony's looking at maybe 5 to 7 years, 6 years down the road. Could they put out another? Could Supermassive make a similar game like Detroit? Yes. Yes. So, and that's the only studio they got that can make it. And go back and play Until Dawn. The face models are not as good as what Quantic did, but they're not bad.
They're good. You can tell with the characters from
it's 2014, and that game was worked on for about 4 years. So
can't wait for part 2 to that if they ever do make a part 2 to Until Dawn.
Yeah, and Supermassive has some other game coming out here shortly.
I know they had that cop game, which was something with like your phone. They had Until Dawn. Then they made a prequel for Until Dawn, but sadly it was only for VR. It wasn't for.
That pissed me off, dude. That royally pissed me off, man.
Now
VR, to be fair, they made 2 games for VR. They made the shooting game where you had to shoot the things, and then they made the actual origin story for strictly VR, which again was weird. So there's definitely that. Let's see. He says, can somebody tell me how to fix my account, like recover your account on PSN? The
contact Sony.
Your account is number one, you gotta make sure you have an email address that works. And if let's say you can't recover, let's say somebody stole your account and it says you replace, like you change your email, you tell them that you didn't change your email and you'll get your account back. That's what I know of. Not really good in that one though. Guys, anything else to talk about? I think we killed everything on the channel. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Any other news or movie talk?
Wait till E3.
In game in 2 weeks. This time in this time in 2 weeks, I will be on my way to the theater. If I'm not dead.
I saw the dude's chat. I forgot who said it in the chat, but he said Pokemon versus Endgame. I think he said who would win or Pokemon versus Endgame. Maybe I'm guessing he's saying, what would you rather watch, Pokemon or Endgame? Obviously, Endgame. I'm going to watch Endgame.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Endgame. That's the same day that Days Gone comes out. And I was telling people, I said, well, Days Gone may take an L till Sunday. I mean, I may not go pick mine up till Sunday because I'll be at the theater pretty much all weekend watching that. I have 2 tickets for Endgame Friday and Saturday. So
Quantic Realm. We're going there. We're going to Quantic Realm.
We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, we'll know in 2 weeks.
They all but confirmed it with thanks to Tyrone Madness, him getting a damn box from Hasbro. It pretty much said Quantic Realm soup on the.
Oh yeah, those have been out though. Yeah, like John. Yeah, those have been.
He pretty much all but confirmed it in a weird way. So
well, they showed them with their quantic. They showed them with their quantic realm suits on. So
yeah,
at some point, yeah, they're going to do something. I personally. They could either can't go to the future. It hasn't happened yet. But could they go? Could they power up their suits differently to take on Thanos? But there's been some things that have been kind of confirmed. You know that they fighting early, and they get beat, and then they come back disheveled, and then I think at that point. The movie kind of started. I think the commercial that we seen where Captain America says, "Let's go get this son of a bitch." They get their heads handed to them again, and the man babies will be happy because Captain Marvel does have two weaknesses, and Thanos knows one of the two. He already knows it. So
I mean, she's made out of cosmic energy, so
so he'll know it.
Move her from that particular element.
So the man babies will be happy that on who's gonna, because she thinks she's gonna go in and defeat him, and because she's undefeated. She destroyed the Kree Empire on her own pretty much. But they we'll have to wait and see. We got 2 weeks, and I know the early screenings are either tonight or next Tuesday night.
Okay, so I'm looking for those. I'm looking at those reviews for sure. Everything I want to definitely see how it does. Obviously, Far From Home is another one I'm most for. So
looking forward to that too.
That looks great with Mysterio. We finally get Mysterio on the big screen, Greg. Finally,
we have to wait and see. He was sort of in the Spider-Man PS4 video game, sort of. You know, somebody was cosplaying him at the party. That was hilarious.
That was a cool they referenced a lot of characters. They referenced the Lizard, both your early costume. Daredevil was mentioned because you got his card, which is pretty cool. His card.
So,
a lot of characters were mentioned.
Something phenomenal with that game. Phenomenal job with that game.
Definitely. I think that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it. We covered all the gaming news, and we just had fun with it at the end of the day. Hope you guys enjoyed today's show, episode 56 of the RGT podcast. Big shout out to Fatal here for coming through and talking some movies with us. Thank you. Love to have you back on anytime, my brother. Good to see you.
Hell yeah, dude, for sure.
All right, let's go ahead and get these outros out, and we're gonna shut it down. Fatal, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys? Fatal Mephisto here. Thanks for having me on your show there, Ryan. I appreciate it, man. And like I said, I'll definitely love to come back on for sure, man.
All right, anytime. Mr. Messiah himself. Go ahead.
Thanks for having me. Everybody go watch that Star Wars trailer a million more times. And I'll be talking about it here shortly. Some of the things that maybe some deep cuts. Just going to take a look at it. So, that's it. But thanks for having me, Ryan. And Carlos, always a pleasure. Fatal, always. Good to see. Good to hear from you.
Likewise, sir. Yeah. Absolutely.
You already know Fatal going right back to Sekiro.
Can't blame him.
He's going right back as soon as we shut this down. Carlos, you still alive?
Hey, is the mic still on? Oh, I'm still here. Oh, hey. Nah.
Hey, we lost you in the Thanos snap.
Yeah, already did. Man, as always, pleasure to have all our podcast members and including guests on this panel. You know, just for another chill back, laid back episode 56. In the books, and just join us next week on Friday, same time, same place, same people with different topics and different opinions. And as always, gamer by choice, not by trend.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed the show. We will see you guys next week, 5 p.m. Eastern, all that jazz. Y'all have a blessed one. I'm out of here. Deuces.
Deuces.
Peace.